I want to define my misstroke as the suggestion from my brief it list over here, but I want to do it from my machine while I'm writing without having to get on my mouse and get on my laptop and touch anything. So what I'm going to do is come up here, and I've decided that SMOO is going to be my stroke to choose option 2 from the list over here. So it would be IAB. All right, so I'm going to define that and go to FS, scroll down to my brackets and choose define with LS2. Okay. And I'm also gonna go ahead, and I've already defined my option for choosing option 1, but I'm gonna do it one more time and define my stroke for choosing option 3 from my list over here. I'm gonna make this, I can also physically type it in. You just have to make sure when you're typing it that your words are all capitalized in the right place, or it won't work. For instance, if I did this with and I used a lowercase w on this word with right here, it would not work properly after I defined it. All right, so right here I've misstroked the word Oklahoma as OEB. My regular stroke for this is OEK. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my stroke for choosing option 1 from my list over here, which is going to be okay. It's not the word I want, but it's suggested, and I'm just using it as an example. So my stroke for choosing option 1 was mine. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Or not. Oh, look, there it goes. Okay, so I did option 1. So let's see if I can do another misstroke to see if I can show you. Let's say that I want to define HOEPT as a misstroke for home. Then again, I'm going to hit my stroke for choosing option 1 to define it, and look at that, it changed it to home. Now, the difference, there's another option you can choose. Instead of defining the word, when I choose define, it's actually putting that word in my job dictionary. You can also define a stroke instead of defining the word. You can just replace the word. So for instance, you can just replace in your document the word or the misstroke, the last misstroke. So in this case, HOEPT, we can just replace it with the option 1 with this command here, replace with. So if you want to define it and you actually want it to go in your job dictionary, so it will continue to come up as that correct stroke throughout your document and throughout all your jobs for this case, then you can define it. And if you want to just replace the last misstroke with whatever your option is over here, then you can choose the replace option. Now keep in mind that you will have to have 2 different strokes for defining a word versus just replacing a word. So you can, I did SMUN for defining. If you wanted to just replace it, you could do like run or whatever you want to do. Whatever stroke makes sense to you in order to replace or define, but that's it. You just hit your FS here and actually define it in your dictionary as a stroke that will choose. You can go up to 1 through 5. It may give you up to 5 options over here. I have mine set to 3, but sometimes it will go up to 5 if you tell it to. So you can choose any one of these and you create a different stroke and define each one. Remember, you can define it or you can replace it, and that's up to you.